Hello folks, it's JDporkchop and welcome to another episode of Kerbal Space Program 1.1. In the last episode we managed to finally land on the moon. And since then I've done a couple of things in between. I've upgraded I've upgraded this to get me so I can unlock more missions at a time. I've also sent a couple more flights to the moon to gather a bit more science. But I've hit a little bit of a snag. To be able to do the next tier of these, I need to upgrade my science, my research thing. But it is a lot of money. I don't have enough, and even if I did, it would kind of wipe out all my money, and then I wouldn't be able to build any more rockets. So we need to make some cash. That's the reason I upgraded the mission thing, so I can kind of start grinding out some stuff. But one of the missions I want to do is one that we selected ages ago, which is the rendezvous 2 vessels in orbit around Kerbal. Now to do this I need to level up my astronaut. And the only way I'm going to do that is sending her to new planets. So I think the best thing to do is to try and hit Minmus, which is kind of the next... Let's go. Try and hit Minmus, which is the next one. And it honestly isn't that much more difficult to get to than the moon. It's just a little bit further out. But the main energy, the main bit where you're using up all that fuel, is breaking the gravity. And once you're out past the moon, seriously, from here to here is like a tiny little bit extra fuel. So I think we're going to aim for that. The interesting part is that we're sort of going to have to judge it by, well, guess, basically. Because I haven't unlocked maneuver nodes yet. So I think the best thing to do is use the same rocket that we've used previously for the moon missions. So we will load up Apollo 11.2. With our pilot, who doesn't need much more LP, and we should hopefully get there. So let's have a look. Okay guys, ready to go. Throttle to max, SAS on. To Minmus! Slowly. Okay, so I'm going to put this up. You know, we already know this rocket works very well. Is that Minmus? Don't know. Yeah, we already know this works. It's been to the moon about 3 times now. So I am going to cut back in just a minute. Okay, so we have made it to orbit. And now comes the really tricky part. So if we look on Minmus's orbit, not only is it quite far out, but if you see it's off plane, it's I don't know. It's a technical term for that. Somebody tell me what the technical term for that is. But it's not flat. It's not on the same celestial plane as everything else. So we have to try and hit it in the center here, where it is on the same level as us. Because if we shoot out off this way, and we'll end up out here, and Minmus will be down here. So the next thing is, how long is it going to take for us to get from here to here? And for Minmus to get from here to here. Well, I'm thinking that if it's about there, it's going at 200 and yeah. Basically, this is just a wild stab in the dark, and if it doesn't work, then I'll know to just kind of move it further back each time. So at the moment, if we're trying to hit it at the 12 o'clock spot, which is just line it up. What are we doing? So what about there? Yeah. So we want to hit here. So it's basically at the 3 o'clock. So if this doesn't work, we'll try 4, 5, so on and so forth. Okay? So that means to get over there, we need to burn when we are about here. So we just fast forward a little bit. And this is all guesswork. This is all total just stab in the dark. I'll tell you something else. While we're fast forwarding, how much is that moving? It's hardly moving at all, is it? See, which then worries me. Are we going to actually get there too soon instead of too late? Are we going to kind of get there and Minmus is still going to be here? I don't know. Whoa, we've gone past it. Whoops. Okay, well, we'll just go around another time. I'll be back in a second. We're in position and burning to Minmus. With this, hopefully I'll be able to unlock the science center so we can start getting some more of the upgrades, and then we are aiming for things like space stations and maybe even a base on the moon over the next kind of couple of episodes. I don't know, we'll see. Right, so we're now on to the last of the fuel for rendezvous. I don't think we're going to land. I think this is just going to be a flyby to start off with. But we'll see. We'll see how much fuel we have when we get there. If we do a flyby, we're still getting a decent amount of science out of it, and then I can unlock some more stuff. Not science, experience. I can unlock, you know, like targeting. That's the thing that we need the most, targeting. So I feel that we've somewhat burnt in the wrong direction. It's supposed to be burning towards here. They're going to be like way off. A little bit. I think we're going to get there way too soon. Ah dear. I love Kerbal. Now see what I mean about this bit not needing that much extra fuel? Because when you get past the moon, you're so out of the gravity well of the planet that it becomes a lot easier. So there we go. A good intersection on the Minmus path. But miles, I mean miles out. Okay, so how do we fix this? Well, let's get kind of a little bit there first and see if it's going to be sort of in the right time frame. Yeah, I don't think it is. Like, wow, no, really out. So in the time that it took us to get from Kerbal to intersection, now we were supposed to originally fly this way. It's going to be along this line here. We messed it up a little bit. And Minmus was here. So that means we were, yeah, we kind of half again. So if we try and land here while Minmus is here, we should be fine. But what we could do is go around for a second flyby on where we are right now. Because Minmus should get, no, miles out. Miles out. The only other option is we just let it fast forward for a couple of turns and see if on the second pass we're anywhere closer. If not, then we'll nah. Oh well, hold on. I'm gonna get miles out. Okay, so we have learnt from this. I'm going to F9 and set it all up again. Okay, I think it's all lined up. So we're going to burn this way, hopefully intercept Minmus here, and yeah. I always say it like it's going to be so easy, and then it all falls apart so quickly. But it goes nothing. And we are not far off the plane. We could just drop it down a little bit, and we'll hit right on top of it. So I'm going to just move around a little bit. To here, and then now see if I can remember how to do the whole moving it around thing. So down is down, yeah. Let's go around here, get a better view. Look at that! Perfect, absolutely perfect. So if we are lucky enough to get close enough to Minmus as it goes round, we should definitely catch its gravity. So let's just fast forward. Just hold on before I do any fast forwarding. F5. Let's do a bit of fast forwarding round. Try not to crash straight into the moon. Oh, that's going to be exactly what's going to happen. We're going to get caught in the moon's gravity. It'll throw everything out. No, it'll be fine. Oh, we're going to overshoot it again. Might catch it on the way back though, because obviously we'll slow right down, giving him a chance to catch up. Oh! Yes! Look at that! Awesome. Right, now we just need to get into a orbit. Look at that! We are in orbit of Minmus. Fantastic. So what I've done is I've brought the orbit at one end really low. So the periapsis is down at 16,000 meters. So the plan is I'm going to take some science experiments up high, then some down low. So we double the amount of science that we can gather, and then that should put us in good stead, and we'll come back on the next attempt and make a landing. So we're going to keep this, and where is the log temperature? Keep that, and then we'll do a crew report, and I'm going to transfer that so that I can do another one on the other side, down low. And then I need to do an EVA report, keep experiment, get back in the thing, and we'll transfer that as well. Transmit data, there we go. So, where is it? There it is. You can't, yeah, missing a planet, or moon if you want to be technical. Right, so as I said, then we'll just fast forward round. Actually, before we do any fast forwarding, F5. It's always the rule, because half the time I overshoot. Okay, so right at the periapsis, right now we're really low, and we can go back into it and do the same again. So, observe mystery goo, keep, log temperature, keep, crew report, we'll just keep it this time because we don't need to transmit it, EVA, keep. So that's got to be, what, 150, 200 science that we've just collected in the space of 15 minutes. So that's pretty good. I do kind of want to land, but I don't think we'll do it on this pass. Like I say, I mean, we've just used up all our science experiments. And, we would want probably a better orbit. Whenever I land on the moon the first time, I always aim for the big flat oceany bit. That's the easiest bit to land on. But the good thing about Minmus is it's actually easier to land on Minmus than it is the moon, because the gravity is like 1/3. So takeoff is literally like a tenth of a tank of fuel, maybe even less. It's a tiny amount. Right, now we're going to basically just do everything in reverse. We're going to go back round to this side of the orbit and burn this way, so we can break orbit of Minmus and head back home. So I think, considering that we were basically having a wild guess in the dark, that this has been a fairly successful mission. It only took 2 attempts. The second attempt was successful to get out here. So I'm very happy with that. So, right, let me think. We're just going to go around to the other side and burn that way, and I will cut back once we've broken orbit. Okay guys, I've burnt it away. It kind of went off in an odd angle, so I've obviously done it wrong somehow, but there we go. That's us broken orbit, and now it's just a case of, as you know, you can probably guess, burning back to Kerbal. So let me have a look. We should, yeah, look, we're not even into this fuel tank yet, so we're actually going to get back to Kerbal with that whole tank still full, meaning we can land on Kerbal with the current setup, Minmus, sorry, with absolutely no issues whatsoever. So So I think that should be a plan for the near future. Burning down and past the moon. 8,000, or 8 million should I say. And... oh, almost. So we have to go into this fuel a little bit. There we go. Cool. We are now on a crash collision with Kerbal. So I will probably just fast forward all this bit, guys. There's really not much point in watching it. You know what it is. And if I don't see you before we land, I will see you at the Space Center. A total of 189 science. I think we'll call that a success. Also, oh, is that enough? Is that enough money to do the thing that I want to do with the thing? Or it might just be reputation level 2. Everything is looking good. Oh no, wrong button. So upgrade. We're not gonna have a lot of money left though, but screw it. So that was 500,000, the best part of. But we can now unlock the next tier of stuff, and we have a ton of science to spend. So let's just look at the things that are left on this tier first. We've got... oh, I should probably show you what I've unlocked as well. So out of this tier we have batteries and solar panels, another science experiment, and this thing, which is basically you can stick Kerbals in it. This one we just did, right. SAS stuff, sorry, RCS stuff, and another landing pod. We also have the landing feet, a larger heat shield, larger parachute, some wheels, and that thing's for, I think that's for like if you're going to crash. It's like an emergency, shoots the pod off thing. I don't know, no idea how to use it. More aeroplane stuff we haven't unlocked because we're not really doing a lot of space planey stuff at the moment, but we might unlock that later on. I couldn't remember the name of these earlier on. They're called facades, I think, maybe. So we've got our facades unlocked, some bigger nose cones, some more decouplers, fuel tanks. We already unlocked those, so we already know all about that. These I'm probably not going to do because I don't intend on building any probes quite yet, but we will be making some soon to send to Juno. And the big rocket, the big important one. That was what we unlocked in the last episode. So that is, we're going to have to build a rocket with that soon. So the stuff we've unlocked, another bigger engine, which, I don't know, is that worth bothering with right now? I don't think so. Advanced fuel stuff is just bigger fuel tanks. More facades. We could get some docking ports, and that means we could start working towards a space station. That would be quite cool. That's the grappling thing for getting asteroids. Do you know I've never ever managed to grapple or land or do anything with an asteroid before? So that could be an idea. That could be a challenge. I'll probably mess it up, but hey ho. Supersonic flight. Well, we haven't unlocked that, so we can't unlock that. So there's not really much point. More landing stuff. I don't think that's really that important. A better SAS module. That could be something good. More pods. Now this is something I do want to unlock, because with this we can start doing the like picking up people that are trapped up and stuck in orbit. You can do it without them. You just have to send 2 pods up on the same spaceship. But I think it's better with this. So that might be something to unlock. The science lab, I don't think we're quite at that stage yet. Micro parts, we're not at that stage yet. Bigger solar panels. That could be something. That could definitely be... I don't know. I don't think we quite need them yet. Maybe when we start building space centers and stuff, we will need them. So I think by the looks of it, probably this, or this. Yeah, let's get this. Let's get the bigger modules and stuff, because I think that's quite important. And then with the other 160, yeah, I think this, a bigger engine means we can put bigger stuff. Or should we get bigger fuel tanks? See, bigger fuel tanks seems a wiser thing to me to get first, and then get the engine after. Although those are quite cool. Yeah, let's get this. So there we go. Can we unlock anything else? No, we've only got 77 science left. So I think that is good. We've got a load of more stuff to unlock. This is the big one, nuclear propulsion. See if we can unlock that. That's when we start planning to go to Juno, or whatever planet we decide to go to first. Because that's like the most efficient engine. That's the one. That's the one to use when you're doing interplanetary stuff. So yeah, I think that's what we've got to aim for then. So we need to unlock this next. So that's what we'll do next. We'll get that, then we'll get that. Anyway, guys, I think this is a good place to wrap it up. We have done. We've blah 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 blah. Ba-da, ba-da, ba, ba, boo. 3, 2, 1. Anyway, guys, I think this is a place to wrap it up. We've unlocked a ton of stuff today. Just look at all this stuff we've unlocked. So I think a very successful mission. It has opened lots of paths for us to go down over the next couple of episodes. Lots of things are unlocked that we can do now. So hopefully it should be interesting. So I hope you'll continue watching this series. A like and a subscribe would be really appreciated if you are enjoying it. And I'll catch you in the next one, guys. I've been JDporkchop. This has been Kerbal Space Program 1.1, and I'll catch you later.